Aloha, everybody. Welcome to La Pietra's very first Giving Day. Yay, that's so exciting. We're so glad that you are here with us for this historical event. My name is Isha Lopez, and I will be your host today for this special live stream event. Now, what is Giving Day, you might be asking yourself? Well, Giving Day is an entire 24 hours dedicated to supporting La Pietra's mission of educating young women to lead a life of purpose. And thanks to platforms like this, we're able to celebrate with all of you all around the world, no matter where you are. As the theater arts teacher here, I get to experience our welcoming community every single day. And for the next hour, we're excited to introduce you to just a few people who make our school so special. You'll hear from students, faculty, and parents, and have an opportunity to make a gift for La Pietra's annual fund to show your support. The annual fund helps to cover the school's operating expenses like maintaining student laptops and classroom projectors, purchasing art supplies and athletic equipment, and preserving our beautiful campus. Today, our goal is to raise $30,000 for the annual fund, and we are 17% of the way there. To participate in today's Giving Day festivities, you can do a few things. You can make a gift at lpgiving.givesmart.com. You can invite friends and family to make their own gift, or you can share this live stream right here and our other posts on social media to help spread the word. If you're not already, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. It's a great way to get an inside look at what's going on in our community. And if you were following our Instagram stories today, you will have been able to see an Instagram takeover by one of our amazing students. Now, next up, we have a very special guest. I would like to introduce our head of school, Josh Watson. Welcome, Josh. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today.
Thank you, Michelle. It's great to be here with you. Great to be here with all of our live stream viewers worldwide as well.
Yeah, so this week marks a really important event for us at La Pietra. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
That's right. As many of you know, this week, back in 1964, Hawaii School for Girls, or HSG, as it was then affectionately called, opened its doors for the very first day of school ever. And now, nearly 6 decades later, we're still here fulfilling our founder's mission. As many of you know, about 5 years after that, the school moved from its previous location at Central Union Church to its current location on the grounds of the beautiful La Pietra estate, where ever since it has been open to all young women dedicated to purposeful learning. I'm very proud to be part of this welcoming community, where here we're able to help guide our students to discover their own unique sense of purpose and to make positive change in our community. I'd also like to take a moment to thank all of you, those of you who are participating here live and in person, and those of you who are out there watching us on our stream, for taking the time to join us today in support of our school.
Yes, and we have so much fun planned for you guys ahead with some very special guests. Thank you so much, Josh, for sharing that little history lesson with us. That was super fun. So next, you're going to hear from Sabrina, who's a member of this year's class of 2023, and science teacher, Mrs. Elena DeLisa, about what makes our tight-knit community here at La Pietra so unique.
Hi, my name is Sabrina, and I am a senior here at La Pietra. When I came to La Pietra, I was immediately struck by the small atmosphere. I transferred in from a large public high school, and it was really cool for me to see how students and teachers know each other, and you walk the campus and everybody knows your name. Coming to a small school where everyone is welcomed and tries to be included in things, it's so much easier to join a club or to start your own club, or work your way up to a leadership position. I co-founded and co-lead the Environmental Activism Club. I am also helping run the Big Sister program this year. I'm a peer leader. Most students are involved in some sort of leadership in some way, and I think that's really special that we have that opportunity.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Elena DeLisa. I'm a science teacher here at La Pietra. What I love about teaching at La Pietra is that it's not only a small community where we all know each other's names, but also the opportunity that I get in class to pay attention to each student so I know where they're at, how much they've learned, what they need to work on.
Try to find this tomato, the little opening.
So I get to adapt to each one of the students. and it gets to be a very dynamic environment where we all kind of take care of each other.
The classes being small just helps with so much like discussion and engagement that you can't have when there are like 25, 30 people in a class. You get so much one-on-one interaction there, and all the teachers care so much about their subject and are so willing to talk to you about it. I was also often overlooked by teachers because I got good grades and I wasn't somebody they needed to worry about. But here I feel like teachers are willing to engage with me and answer my questions and support my interests because we're so small and we have that ability.
Educating young women to lead a life of purpose as our school mission just says everything that we do here in the classroom, what we do every day. I've definitely seen a lot of my students mature and grow over the time that I've known them. It helps that I get to teach middle school and high school because I see them in middle school learning all of the introduction to science, biology, and then by the time they get to high school, they're all grown up, and then I get to see them again and teach them about the topics that we covered back in middle school, but in a lot more detail.
Coming to La Pietra and taking science classes here, the teachers are so engaging. I think it's just so interesting that science can have this potential to enact positive change in the world, and it's also just fun.
It's really fun to see them develop that passion for things that they deeply care about and see them continuing on their own.
I definitely think La Pietra has helped me figure out what I want to achieve in life. I have found things that I enjoy. I might not necessarily know which of those I'm going to pursue yet, but I have so many options open to me and so many paths that I could take. I think education is probably the most important thing in my life. La Pietra has helped me realize what kind of education works for me and how much value it actually has.
As an educator, seeing them grow up is very rewarding because it shows you that you were part of their story and you help them become the human beings that they are once they graduate and go off to college. It's just very special that they were part of our little community, and we'll never forget them. They'll never forget us. It makes this job all worthwhile.
That was an amazing video. I'm always so in awe of the talent that we have here at the school, and it's exciting to get to see everything that our teachers and our students are doing. Speaking of doing fun stuff, I'm here with some special guests. We have parents Connie Doma, who is the treasurer of the PFA, and Marla Arquero, who does communications for the PFA. Aloha! Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
So I would love to just hear a little bit about you. And out there in YouTube land, please go type in the comments if you have any questions. I know I have a million questions, but I get to ask them live. But you can go ahead and chat in the comment box, and we will get to your questions if you have any for Connie and Marla. So Connie, I know your daughter Mia is in 7th grade here.
That's right.
And Marla, you have 2 daughters. You have Elisa and Alina, is that right?
Yes.
Junior and in 7th grade. How exciting. So what are we doing right now? Tell us a little bit about what we're making.
We are making the infamous taco salad that has been, I hear, with the school for a very long time. And so it's part of we make it for lunch by moms and dads. And another thing that we will also be making is baked potato, which is also another lunch by mom and dads. I don't know how long they've been making baked potatoes, but yeah.
Yeah, but lots of good traditions here at La Pietra. And I like how you guys are involved, and the moms and the dads and, you know, aunties, uncles, Tutu Kane, everybody can come out and help.
Absolutely.
So we're making taco salad today. It looks amazing. I'm sure it tastes amazing as well. So let's just chat a little bit while you guys are prepping. So why did you choose La Pietra for your daughter?
Well, I'll start.
Go ahead,
Well, I think all parents want the best for their daughters, for their children. And what best is for a family might be different, but for our family, it has to center around a good education. And I believe La Pietra has one of the lowest teacher to student ratio on this island. So what that means to our family is that Mia gets twice the amount of teaching, twice the amount of learning, twice the amount of assistance. When you compare our classrooms, which are about 10 students in a classroom, to a typical classroom that has 20 plus kids in a class. So I think my daughter is going to excel simply because of that simple math, that we have so much more learning to be done in the same amount of time.
Absolutely.
So we're thrilled to be here.
Yeah, that's so great. And I completely agree with that. You know, as a teacher, very quick, funny story. When I first got my roster with my class assignments, I kept refreshing the page because I thought it was a mistake, because I'm used to having classrooms with 32, 33, even 34 kids. And I texted one of the veteran teachers and I said, there's a mistake, because it only says I have 6 kids. And she's like, no, that's pretty normal. So it's really great because I get to know every single student here, and just as you said, give them really ample and personalized instruction. Marla, why did you send both of your daughters here?
Well, I guess I'll start by saying it was Alyssa who found La Pietra.
Oh, wow.
So she came to us and said, she was at a bigger private school, and she saw a commercial, and she kind of did her research, and she said, I want to try out for La Pietra for 9th grade. So she was in 8th grade, heading into 9th grade. And so we said, all right, well, check it out. We just made it to it was kind of late already, this is like February, but we made it to be able to come and see the school at an open house. So of course, once we got here, when we did the open house, we really loved it. Alyssa was really excited and wanted to, one of the things that stood out for her was how what good speakers the students were, and she really wanted to have her voice come out because she was kind of quiet. And Elena, of course, because Alyssa was here, she was 6th grade. She's like, I'm ready to go. I want to go to that school too. So I would say Alyssa found it, and of course, when we saw it, it was, of course, everything that we wanted.
Great fit. Yeah, and how have you seen them grow since they've started at La Pietra? We know the public speaking and coming out of maybe an introverted shell. How else have you seen them grow?
Well, for me, I think she has absolutely flourished. I think the transition from an elementary school to a middle school is large. Go from a very safe environment where everything is planned for you, the teachers are carefully watching, observing what you're doing, guiding you through step to step. But to make that transition to a middle school where you are empowered to make decisions on your own, I think that really lends itself for growth. And since she started La Pietra, she's been on the swim team, on the volleyball team. She was on student council last year, and now she wants to run again. So, it's amazing. And I think even for herself, to realize that she has this potential and that she can be a leader and that she doesn't need to be shy and that it's within her to step up. And I think I'm very excited, and I think she's going to continue on that path, and I think she's going to be an amazing member of the community as she gets older with every year that goes by. So yes, we have La Pietra certainly to thank for guiding her.
That's so wonderful to hear. Yes. And how would you guys describe the La Pietra community as a whole, and what do you like about being part of this community as parents?
I would say for me, seeing all the events that parents can volunteer to be a part of is a really good way to get to know other parents. Joining our PFA meetings. That's how I started, because I was just kind of interested to know, like, okay, what's going on in the school, and maybe how can I be a part of it. And there's so many different kinds of activities to be a part of. So I'll say I have a son at another school, or I shouldn't say that, but I just feel like here there's just so much going on. There's so many clubs for them to join. There's just, and then for activities to provide to the students, there's so much that they can be a part of.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely say welcoming is, the word that I think of when I think of the La Pietra Ohana. And yeah, it's great to get to meet other people, and especially when we get to do activities like this and get to know people better.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of this, where are we at in the process? This is so fresh and I'm not a great cook, but I am great at eating and tasting things,
Yeah,
So
that's
where are
good.
we in the process of our taco salad right now?
All right, I think we can probably make you a taco salad ready. We got our lettuce and our tomatoes.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even have to hint too hard for one. So we have our lettuce, we have our tomatoes, we have all these amazing things out. So what really is the purpose of Lunch by Moms and Dads and things like that?
It's an opportunity for parents to show our daughters that we care, that we're invested in their education, and we want to be part of that education. So we come, whether it's once a month or once every other month, we come and we prepare a special meal for them. A way to show them that, hey, we're part of your journey, and here's a wonderful meal from us.
Awesome. That sounds so fun. And if there are any parents who are watching right now and you are interested in getting involved, please reach out, because I'm sure that these wonderful people can use all the help they can get for all the taco salad that the kids can get, right? So I do have one more question. If you had a student who was thinking about coming, or a parent who wasn't sure about having their daughter come to La Pietra, what would you say to the parents? What's some insight you would give them?
I would say come and check it out. The reason I was thinking in my head was one of the things I know that sold Alyssa to was, I want to say it's called in-school session, or it was called in-school session. And so she got an opportunity to come and be a La Pietra student for a day. And students took her around to their classes, and she really, really loved that. I mean, she had so much to talk about that
Yeah,
night
they get to
when-
participate
Yeah,
and
yeah, and
see
they
what a
could
day in the life would be like.
Absolutely. So I think that was kind of a seller too at
Yeah.
that point, because she already made friends. Like, she came home, she's like, oh my God, I met so much people. I made so many friends. So
That's amazing.
So yeah.
Yeah, it is definitely, an amazing school from everything that I've seen, and the parents are great. And it's such a wonderful opportunity to give today on this Giving Day. Do you guys have anything else that you'd like to add before we take a look at this delicious taco salad one more time? That is beautiful. I don't know if the camera can see this work of art right here by our moms.
We'll add
That
some
is
cheese to it.
gorgeous. Now, we also had a picnic at school that parents came out and helped with after our in-service day. So, we're only in the first term, and we've seen these parents need help a lot with all these amazing things. Wow, look at this. Taco salad. Yes, absolutely. I'm sure it does. Now, do you guys have a favorite memory from La Pietra?
I mean, clearly taco salad last year was the first time I got involved in stuff. And so being in the kitchen with other moms and dads and cutting up vegetables just like we are now, and being
getting
able
to know them.
serve it, like serving it to the students, and being able to just talk story a little bit with the girls was really cool to me. I mean, that's
Awesome.
kind of a memory I have. What you call it.
Great. What about you?
Also, just sharing. All here together. It's a nice feeling, and then you get to meet wonderful families like Marla. So,
And Connie.
yeah. So I think that's the bonus. That's the icing on top of the cake.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have your baked potatoes out now. So tell me about these baked potatoes.
So baked potato is also a tradition. I'm not sure.
This is all I hear the kids talk about, so.
Yeah.
A baked potato.
Okay.
And then we use almost similar ingredients using on the taco salad. So as you saw, the meat. We add that to along with all of the things. Sour cream. Or,
Look at that.
lettuce, our tomato, our shredded cheddar, and our bacon. And of course, you can have a version of that.
Yes,
you don't
I
have
did
to
see
add
a
the
really
meats.
great
No.
vegetarian option at our in-service day picnic, so that was great for our students.
Yeah.
So is this ranch on here?
Well, it's a secret.
It's a
Oh, it's a secret? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna take a bite of this. My goodness. All right.
Tell us what you think.
That sauce is very, very, very good. Okay. So we have, I'm still eating this. This is just amazing. So we have our cheese, our sour cream, and our bacon.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have a favorite of these two meals?
Laura.
I love taco salad. Well,
Taco salad.
potato too.
I know. I'm trying not to eat it all, so I don't get it on my Britney Spears microphone that I've been waiting my whole life to wear. Do you guys have any final thoughts for everyone out there? Thank you for. Yes.
And we're just super excited.
Yeah, and come and check out the school.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, and if you have any questions that you can think of later, be sure to leave them in the chat. Thank you so much for chatting with me today. I was very excited to meet you guys and hear about all the great things. This looks amazing. I'm sure it tastes amazing, and I'm going to hold on to it if you guys don't mind. Thank you so much for joining us, and again, thank you for all that you do for our students.
Thank you.
So next up, we are going to hear from some of our newest alums, the class of 2022. So we're going to hear our recent graduates talk about their ambitions as they head into their next chapters.
It is my great pleasure to present to you the La Pietra Hawaii School for Girls, class of 2022.
Hi, I'm Dana, and I'm the senior class president here at La Pietra. I've dreamed about this day for 7 years of my life. La Pietra has given me the tools to work through challenging times and problem solve along the way.
Looking back on our time here at La Pietra, it may have not always been the easiest, but it's safe to say that our hard work has paid off. And through it all, you have shown me how to be more than a supportive classmate. You have taught me how to be a better person and a better friend.
I have definitely grown in the aspect of speaking because I was always quiet, I was very timid, and I never thought that I'd come to this point that I am right now. I started here in 6th grade, and I remember stepping on campus and feeling like it was so big, and I was so tiny, roaming the campus and looking at everyone who's so tall and so mature, and I just thought to myself, one day I'd be like them, and I will be able to feel confident enough to step into the real world.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Victoria Hung, and it is with great honor and gratitude to be standing before you as the valedictorian of the class of 2022.
I entered La Pietra in the 9th grade. It was an eye-opening experience for me just because there were so many opportunities to take part in passionate projects that I like, such as dance. La Pietra's environment is super open and welcoming. Everyone is super open to learning, which is what I love most, and it just makes the learning environment so much more fun and interactive. The most important thing that I've learned is that community is so important, service is so important, and that's something that I'll take on for the rest of my life.
Definitely the bond is something special at La Pietra. I have a really strong friendship connection and just companionship with them.
I know each member of my graduating class very well, and I can surely say that each one is super intelligent, kind-hearted, caring, compassionate towards their family and friends, and each one is super ambitious and unique in their own way.
In the future, I'm planning to major in exercise science or kinesiology and go into physical therapy. I'm really looking forward to putting myself in a different learning environment. I do feel prepared that La Pietra has taught me both study skills and academic knowledge that could carry on and transfer into the future for me.
I hope to major in molecular cell biology and minor in public health on the pre-med track in the honors program at University of Hawaii at Manoa. I aspire to be a pediatric gastroenterologist who serves the multicultural children of Hawaii. Gut health is something that's super important. Your stomach is often known as
your second brain, and I think that spreading awareness and providing accessible healthcare, all of these combined is something that I'm super passionate about and I want to pursue in the future. I think La Pietra has definitely prepared me well to embark on this new journey with confidence and purpose, and I'm very excited about that. It has been an honor being your classmate, friend, and sister. The universe has opened up to us, and now it is time for us to take a step forward. Thank you.
To my senior class, we did it. I'm so happy and I'm so proud of everything we've gone through.
We did it. We did it, guys. Graduating class of 2022. I know that in the future we'll all be super successful and happy, and we'll come back and look at our La Pietra days and just be grateful for everything we had and the memories we've shared with each other.
Wow, there is nothing like graduation night at La Pietra. So wonderful to see our new alums start their own new journeys. Speaking of which, we'll hear from class of 1971 grad Val Kim soon. But first, it's time for our first giveaway. But I see you, Val. Hello, hello. I'm going to move over here. So we are going to start our first giveaway, but we're keeping them on and more because I see you very excited. So to enter our exciting, wonderful giveaway, you are just going to type !join in our YouTube chat. You can enter for the next 2 minutes, and then we're going to select a winner. That lucky person will win a $100 gift card from Communion by Joy. We're very, very, very excited to have that opportunity from Communion by Joy. Now, Joy is a business owner. The boutique jewelry business is owned by Joy Smith, who is a parent of Leilani, an 8th grader here at La Pietra. She's actually one of my students' sister. This jewelry line was created to remind women of the power of their own spirit. Her collections are inspired by rituals, symbolism, and the spirit and nature, animals, and people to evoke strength, guidance, and power. Joy believes the Communion woman is a lover and collector of jewelry, people who have an appreciation for art, travel, and the joy of life, accentuating their look with sacred art. So, I don't know how many more minutes or seconds you have to enter, but again, please type !join in the YouTube chat. That's !JOIN. And you can enter, and it will select a winner for a $100 gift card from Communion by Joy. I'm pretty biased because I'm teaching her daughter right now, but Joy is an absolute joy, funny enough, and I'm really excited and grateful that she was able to contribute to this. So we are going to find out who won our giveaway later, and then we'll follow up with you with who can claim their prize. So let's get back to Val. Now, when graduates leave us to pursue new adventures, we hope they're able to bring an unrivaled sense of purpose wherever they go. Wherever they go. Now, Val Kim graduated from the Hawaii School for Girls in 1971 and went on to work as a location manager on feature films like Pirates of the Caribbean series, and also spent time as a producer, director, and photographer. Now, she joins us now from Hawaii Island. So aloha, Val. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, thank you again. Thank you so much for being with us. And if anyone out there has any questions in the chat that they want to put in the chat, they can go ahead and ask them. This is a great opportunity for you to ask Val some questions because she has just done so many amazing things. So Val, thank you again for coming to speak with us today on Zoom. So what are some of your favorite memories from the Hawaii School for Girls?
Well, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, because it's a little delayed on my end. But I talked to a couple friends. We're actually having a Zoom later on today, which is kind of
fun.
Yeah, we have it, once a month or every 2 months. Anyway, she reminded me of something that happened in the Central Union when we were at Central Union. And it was kind of a favorite antic that we did, and I'm sure this is like a bad thing. But Mr. Dowdy used to be our history teacher, and he was right after lunch. So he was sleepy, everybody was sleepy, but he would just sort of a Mr. Chips. He looked like Mr. Chips. He was kind of thin and he had glasses. And he would talk out over the girls. You know, we would be sitting down at our desks and he was sitting up on a stool, and he would talk and talk, and he didn't really even look at us. So one day we decided to climb out the windows. And we had
my goodness.
all of us had to do it, otherwise, you know, it wouldn't work. So the history class was on one end of the building, and then just up a little bit, like a couple doors up, was the bathroom, which also had big windows. This was at Central Union Church. So we all climbed out the window, and he was talking, and he didn't even notice we were gone.
Oh my goodness. Maybe he's out there watching right now.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I think maybe he was okay afterwards. That's the 72 class right there. Anyway, we had a lot of fun. And Mr. Pinchon was an incredible guy. He really helped us be totally independent. He gave us a lot of opportunity to be independent. So that really helped my life experiences. I got to
absolutely. Yeah, and I'm sure having that independence and that autonomy really fueled your journey as an artist as well.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, anything we could think of, he let us do. We had 2 full days in my senior year where we took everybody from 7th through 12th grade out of school for the one day, and we had people coming. One was art and culture, and so the synthesizer was just a new thing that had just started happening, and we brought the guy that developed that. He was at UH, and we had Jean Charlot's 2 sons, one of them, either Martin or John. I don't remember which exactly was, but they came and talked, and we had poets, and it was really wonderful. And then we had a critical issues day, population explosion day, where we brought James Dater from UH, who was a political scientist, and he brought these boxes in for the different years. There's Mr. Pinchon and Mrs. Cook. Elaine, she was great too, but he totally had a sense of humor with us and totally let us whatever we wanted to do. We had the whole school participate in these experiences, and yeah, it was great.
That sounds great. Now, that independence you were talking about, and today students still do this through the Independent Project, where juniors can get to explore that passion project through 40 hours of independent work. And I just love that La Pietra does that, as you said, to let them explore their independence and their creativity and their passion. I also loved those photos that we were looking at, those photos from past. So actually, your classmate is watching right now on YouTube. If you want to say hi to Eva Margaret Conrad.
Oh, hi!
Hi! Hey, bestie.
Haven't seen her since graduation.
Well, she's here supporting you. That's the La Pietra way, right? Absolutely. Now, speaking further of these wonderful photos, we do have your senior photo. And I just think it is such a great picture. So look at that. Oh my goodness. Cher wishes she had hair like that. Look at that. Gorgeous. I love that picture.
So the guy who shot those pictures, John Wareheim, is an artist and writer and photographer as well. He lives on Kauai, and his wife, he married a woman who was the mayor of Kauai for a while.
Oh, wow.
John Wareheim, anyway. He did a book on Bhutan, and he's doing a big thing now on the Taylor camp, and actually is
wonderful.
It's going to be in the Czech Republic. He's going to have a big show there, which is really exciting.
Now you wrote a book as well, correct?
I did. It's not finished yet. I mean, it's finished, but it hasn't been published yet.
You're working on that.
Yes,
that's great.
And I did a movie we did a movie in '88.
Yes, you wrote directed a film, and you worked with the likes of Julie Taymor, which was very exciting for my theater students to learn that you worked with Julie Taymor.
Oh, she was great.
Oh my gosh, I bet.
Talk about a woman that champions women.
Absolutely.
She's such a role model. She's just fantastic. Yeah.
So, your career has taken you LA, Italy, New York, San Francisco, all of these places. Can you tell us a little bit about your career after you graduated from the Hawaii School for Girls?
Well, I actually worked in psych in mental health for about 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And, I just decided I needed to go back to school and get a master's degree. And so I did. And in the process of doing that, I ended up working in the film business, and my master's degree was in public health. And it was about using the media for mental health to, for campaigns and stuff like that. Cut smoking, mental health. I mean, all the stuff we're doing now, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I got to meet a bunch of people during that time. I went to LA and worked as a stand-in for the little girl in Something About Amelia with Ted Danson and Glenn Close.
Wow.
About child abuse. And it totally put child abuse on the map, which is exactly what I was trying to say that we could do with the media. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that got me out of mental health.
Yeah. So you were able to use, your talents and your passions and cultivate those together to really send a message and have a viewpoint on something. That sounds great. You've also worked in other aspects of the film industry, in art and photography as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, the art and photography was sort of parallel.
Mm-hmm.
In the film business, I was a location manager. I was a grunt. No, those are pieces from a show at Kahilu.
Wow, gorgeous.
Thank you. But I'd always wanted to keep on doing photography. So I would, between shows, I would actually have a show, my own show, between movies. I would then create a show, like an exhibition or something in between. Then I go back to work, make money, because it's very expensive.
Yep, artist life, right?
Yeah, it's really a tough way to make a living, but it's very gratifying.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, how do you feel your time at Hawaii School for Girls prepared you for life in the quote unquote real world as you left the doors here?
Yeah, I definitely the independence thing, the freedom, anything we could think of, he would let us do. I mean, I went to UH and took a Psych 101 class with the millions of kids at Varsity Theater. And then I asked a psychiatrist if I could sit in on his sessions, and he allowed me to do that. And Beth Himes did, I think she took some dance classes, and then she came and taught the second semester. And I think Sandy Marotta went to Alumni and took math classes. I mean, we got to do what we wanted to do. Anything we could think of, he'd let us do, of course, within reason. We also got, we used to be able to sign out and go off campus when we had a free period. And then, of course, my class got that reneged because somebody got caught smoking in the bathroom.
Oh my
so
gosh.
We weren't able to do that anymore. Yeah, but he was great. He had a great sense of humor, and he allowed us to, test the waters and do things that we could think of,
And I would love to hear on, how it felt being at an all-girls school and why you felt like that was such an integral part of your education and your growth as opposed to a mixed gender school.
Yeah, I really loved it. I really liked not having to worry about the whole boy thing. It's just like, if you don't have to worry about dressing for boys or, the whole dynamics that go on between boys and girls, we got to do a lot instead of that. We got to step out and do stuff because we weren't worried about being judged in that way, and we weren't thinking about that. I'm sure we were thinking about that, yeah, of course, but we, but it makes it a lot easier. You could be yourself more, I think. Anyway, that's just my point of view, not everybody's, but I like
Yeah,
it.
you had that sisterhood that really prepared you for working with someone like Julie Taymor, for example, who really values that camaraderie as well.
Well, yeah,
Wow.
that was like the last film that I did, and then I retired. But most films I worked on was with men.
Hmm.
Lots of boys get to be directors. Girls don't get to be directors as much as boys do.
Not yet.
Even
Not
now,
yet, but we're
it's
working though.
changing, but not hugely. Gina Davis is doing some great things with gathering stats on, there are a lot of women directors, but they don't get to work all the time. So she's done a lot of work on that. And if there's a thing on Netflix, what is it called? I forget what it was, but I saw it a while back, and she has an institute for women, and she's pushing the envelope a little bit, trying to
Yeah.
it's an old boys club, the film business.
Well, I know a lot of our students today and our staff and our faculty are really working together to push through and create more opportunities for women in the arts and STEM and things like that. So thank you so much for being a trailblazer for that for our students and a great example for them. Hopefully some of our theater students will be in one of your films one day if you go back to directing and writing.
Well,
but I would love to have them. I'd love to have them do that. But thank you so much for your time, your energy, your talents, and for being here with us to share about your experiences at La Pietra for our Giving Day.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Okay, you too.
Thank you. That was such a great interview. I loved hearing from her. So now we're just going to have our little giveaway time. So we did have some comments in the section. We are going to be in touch with our winners. So keep an eye out on your messages, emails, and make sure that you are looking out for that to see if you won that $100 gift card. And if you did not enter, make sure that you did !join, and you still have time for our second gift card that we are giving away. Now, I do want to talk a little bit more about this amazing sponsor who is giving away this second $100 gift card. All of the pieces from Communion by Joy are ethically sourced, so every single one is unique, one of a kind, all made from recycled gold. So no other person's going to have exactly what you have. And as I mentioned earlier, owner Joy Smith is also a current parent here at La Pietra and has been sculpting jewelry for over 10 years. She's loved art ever since she was a child and says her calling for jewelry design came when she worked at an art gallery and realized she wanted to be an artist. She decided to tap into her artistic side and started taking lost wax carving classes. That sounds cool. She loves the idea of being able to sculpt anything she wants. So thank you so much once again to Joy for sponsoring today's Giving Day and giving those gift cards out for our $100. All right, thank you so much. I cannot believe this time flew by so fast. We got to watch some amazing videos, hear from amazing people, spend time with our parents, and make some amazing taco salad and see what all of those things are about. Thank you so much for spending the last hour with us and for taking the time to learn all about our La Pietra Hawaii School for Girls community. So let's take a quick look at our progress on reaching our goal of $30,000 for the annual fund. And it looks like we are at 18% so far. Thank you to those of you who have already made gifts. Now remember, you can donate, you can share, you can text give 100. So that was there on that bottom of your screen. You can send that text message as well. You can still help us reach our goal by the end of the day by making your own gift, encouraging others to do so. You can share this live stream. You can send them a message. You can just share about La Pietra, and you can go to lpgiving.givesmart.com. If you'd still like to learn more about our school, you can visit us online at lapietra.edu. And if you aren't already, please make sure to follow us on all our social media channels where you will see amazing content of all the great things that our students are doing. Our students are some of the best girls in the world, and I am just so honored to be here. And there's an entire team of people who are here ready to help you should you have any questions about how to become part of the La Pietra family. Thank you again for joining us. I am Isha Lopez. Aloha.